Hi, I'm Lee Tushler from EE World and Design World, and I'm here with Dan Carnevale from Eaton's Powe Systems Experience Center in Pittsburgh. And we're surrounded here by a variety of LED lighting systems. Of course, LED lighting is often brought up in the context of efficiency, but it can deliver a lot more than just efficiency. It actually can do a lot for usability as well, which kind of gets to the light fixture we have in front of us and this little thing. Dan, what is this?
So Lee, this is called a Lumewatt sensor, and these are actually installed in a lot of our LED fixtures today. What they do is it makes the light a lot more than just a light. So obviously, again, like you said, the LED is providing the light, but this thing can actually sense temperature, obviously motion detection, things like that. It even goes as far as using it as a little mini GPS system. So think about it, a grid pattern for lights is the perfect kind of symmetrical kind of system throughout a building. So if you think about all the 2x4, drop-in ceiling lights that you have, those can be set up so that you have sort of this grid pattern of these sensors. And so when these sensors, or maybe in a warehouse, this kind of a sensor is used, on a high bay light, what happens is they'll pick up, you walking through, and we get different patterns of motion and things through the building. But also we could say, okay, this is a hospital. Where's that nurse's cart, right? So we put a little sensor on the nurse's cart. We can kind of do asset tracking with it. And this is a big thing that our customers are starting to ask us about is how do I take, advantage of this system that you now put in here? The other thing is this is all wireless, so it's kind of point-to-point communication back to a central location. So now I can take all that information back. I can look at my energy usage, the things that I really care about. If I'm in a retail store, I can look at where most of the people are walking through, so I know where to place my stuff. Or if I'm a consumer and I walk into that same store, now I can get an app on my phone, eventually here that says basically, here, help me find the shovels or the wheelbarrows in this, big box retailer, and it'll actually take you to it, because that's part of what these sensors are doing. So lights aren't just lights anymore. They happen to be a neat place to house sensors that can do a whole lot more.
Oh, that's interesting. You said this is a high bay light, but we got a couple other examples around us. Could you talk about those?
Yeah, we do. So in our data center, we have some 2x2 lights, and those have the sensors in them as well. And we have more like a strip light that kind of illuminates a certain part behind the racks or the rows. In the high bay area, they would compete with or replace a typical HID light. These lights in this room above us here, these are edge-lit LEDs, and you'll see this in here and in our training room in the other side here in the large area. And these edge-lit LEDs are pretty cool because you can get a lot of light out of them in a pretty condensed area. And then we have some others that mount on the wall. And so there's a lot that you can see like in these hallways here where we can see, alongside the wall as you walk through. And again, it's pretty cool because as you walk through and you see these sensors pop the lights on, you feel pretty important as the lights come on as you walk through, as any motion sensor would do. But it's even more cool because I can change the light above my desk, and then the guy next to me can change the light above his desk to exactly what he wants. And it's all also regulated with daylight harvesting and the cool stuff that you need to do for the practical energy savings piece.
And last but not least, I think we've got a stadium light here even.
We do. Here in Pittsburgh, we just replaced down at PNC Park, the baseball field, we replaced the stadium lights, which were typical stadium lights, with these LED lights here. And it's pretty cool because now they're only using about 25% of the energy. They can do a lot of cool things with color variations, and because there's so many individual LED lights within these lights, they can do cool stuff like spell out things on the lights. They can do strobing and things like that. This could never be done in the old stadium lights, because guess what? When you remember how if the lights went off by accident, remember the Super Bowl a few years ago? When lights go off, they stay off for 15 minutes. So now you can do a lot of cool stuff with LEDs where they're on, off, change the color temperature, change sort of the array to make it look a little different, and do some really neat, really exciting stuff with the LED lights.
Yeah, so you'd say, take me out to the LED lit ball game.
There you go. Perfect.
Great. Thanks, Dan.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Lee.